good.
All right, we good now? We good? We can go now? We can go?
Yeah. What button did you
Episode 6.
All right.
6 episodes in?
6 episodes in. We ain't at 10 yet. We at 6.
Well, damn. 6.
God damn it.
I can't count past 5.
Well, damn.
Well, goddamn. So how's everybody doing? It's been about 2 weeks since we touched the mic.
Yeah.
Episode 5 is out, so make sure y'all check that out on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't send DMs about how it sounds either. We already know.
Well, damn.
Well, no, it don't even sound like that on the YouTube page. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Well, damn. Okay.
That's why I was like, you hear it, but you don't really hear it. But it is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
So it's been 2 weeks, man. What's going on with you guys? How y'all been? Y'all been chilling? Y'all been
I spent
surviving?
Thanksgiving weekend in the country, Gary, Indiana.
okay?
He
said
the country.
That's not the country. That's
It is
just
country.
a hood.
It's got a lot of wide open spaces and trees.
Was you riding horses? Did ducks?
Vacant lots.
You
Wide open
know?
spaces is a vacant
Lot,
lot.
right?
Pretty much.
Boarded up houses.
Hey, I
That's not
used to live
country.
there. When I smell the smell of burnt wood, cut grass, and gunpowder, I know I'm home.
Oh.
Now that's crazy.
Hey, but people ain't gonna be talking shit about Gary coming soon in the next couple of years.
Indeed. They done about tore down the whole downtown, yo.
Yep.
They about damn time. I think Gary, Indiana was like the most corrupted city in the world.
Yeah.
Because how you have all those casinos making billions of dollars a year, but your downtown is shit.
Well, we know the real reason why, because when the factories left, it just tore up East Chicago, Indiana, all that stuff just tore up there.
But you got $1 billion. Like you could be like, all right, let's just tear this factory down, or let's just.
It's interesting.
What would be dope if they took the factory down and made like a big ass amusement park? That would be dope as fuck, like a Great America.
Gary,
Really?
Indiana.
Hey, I would go.
Ghetto Jurassic
You went to
Park.
Indiana Beach back in the day, right?
Sure did.
Oh,
Indiana Dunes, all
it
that
called?
shit.
Not so great America.
Wait, hold on. The Indian Dunes in Gary, Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the area, not in
Yeah,
Gary.
yeah,
but
it's not in-
All right.
you know.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, it's an attraction. I mean, about 30, 40 years, people wouldn't go into Gurney for Great America until they got there.
Yep.
So,
Man,
it could be good.
Gurney.
It's a little bit nice out there.
There's a vision there.
Yeah,
There's a
true.
vision. Okay.
What you been up to, man? It's 2 weeks.
Shit. Working.
Working, same old. How the kids?
They good.
Everybody's good.
Everybody good.
John, you good, man? What you been
I
up to?
had went to
Jumping off flights and shit.
Yeah,
I
went
know,
to
right?
Detroit for
Fancy
Thanksgiving
shit.
weekend.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Giving false hope to another single mother. as I
Whoa,
do.
whoa.
Wait! You went out there to meet the family? You went out there to meet the family?
Kind of, sort of. Not to
you
meet the
waiting?
family. You just like, hey, I was going out there and then, hey, we going over so-and-so house. It
Wait.
wasn't like a plan to go in there, but
You traveling over state lines just for a
Wait.
bro?
She
Yeah,
she
of course.
said, I'm going to go to my family's house for Thanksgiving.
no, she didn't know where she was going, whose house she was going for
Okay.
Thanksgiving. Whether it was going to be a sister's house, the big
But
mama's
either
house.
way it go,
It
you
ended
was
up
going to
being
meet the
Big Mama's
He
family.
said, fuck it.
I wasn't going to meet the family. I was going to get some pussy.
What?
See, you are the niggas we talk about.
Did you meet the
nigga you love
family?
to
I ended up meeting the family, yeah.
Did you tell her that? Oh yeah, did you sound like you were excited in some way, shape, or form?
Of course, I played the role.
God damn,
Eat the
nigga,
potato
you
I played the role.
Hold
I played the
fucking
role to the
Savage.
maximum effort. So we about to have a. They all niggas ain't shit. Cause of this dude right here, this light skin motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yo
yeah, right. Yeah, I can see why.
And this is why.
Yeah.
And this is why the main topic for our show that we're going to talk about later is because you already have a child. So yes.
Wow.
Oh, well, we're going to save that. Let's save that.
So all this shit, did you do this with your baby father? But this we gonna save this for about 30 minutes from now, cause that's what this.
Alright.
Right. 'Cause
Lord
that's
Jesus.
Yeah, I told y'all it's a whole. Y'all ain't even. Y'all, a lot of y'all just meeting me, but y'all don't even know the half of. I got stories in regards to. I don't look like it, but I'm a savage.
Wow. That was good, though. That was good.
Savage.
Wow, damn.
Man, my 2 weeks has been decent. I went to damn, what the fuck did I do for the 2 weeks?
Did you go to
Oh.
right?
Well, I went to watch Corner Convo, my people's, the other podcast,
Yeah, I saw that.
16th Street Bar.
Nice.
They did a live recording. That was pretty dope. I met some other podcast people there.
Nice.
And the guys that make Moore's beer, they was there. They interviewed them, so that was dope. So that was real good to connect with them brothers for a second. And then, I celebrated a birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah,
belated
man.
birthday.
I
happy
appreciate
belated
you. You know what I'm
birthday,
saying?
Make some noise. He got the right button for his shit.
Right.
He knew where it was, too.
Well, see, I'm getting more professional with it. See, I be in the house.
For his.
I be in the house, and I just look. Sometimes.
practicing that
In the
shit.
house,
Okay.
be practicing this shit the whole
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna
with the
tell.
button
Can I tell y'all a
side.
secret real quick? Okay.
No, go ahead.
So sometimes I sit in here and I would talk to myself, and I would just play like.
You play with yourself. Okay.
Did you wash your hands? That's why you the only one using that.
And he had shook
Rodecaster
my
to do.
with a wet hand when I came in here.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
other than that, man, you know,
Yes.
42nd birthday, I did
That's
that,
good.
and then went to a few houses, got real drunk at the Cove Friday night. I'd like to thank everybody that came out for that.
Nice.
That was a real good time. We had some very adult conversations
Uh-oh.
at that table. You know, yeah, man. We counted body counts.
Oh.
Yeah, so like you know,
That's another topic that we need to have because does do body counts really matter?
So you know, somebody would put their body count out there. It was like 105. Then the girl was like, "Damn, 105. That's a lot." And she was like, "Wait a minute, how old are you?" And he was like, "I'm 41." So she was like, "Okay, let me break that down. When did you start having sex?" She was like 16. So she did the division. She's like, "Okay, that's 4 girls a year. That's not that bad." I'm like, "Exactly. It's not bad. It's 4 girls a year. It's 365 days. You got dudes that's in the Chevy Club." Have a different chick every night.
But check this out. So you four girls a year ain't that bad, but 4 girls a year, do you like? So now my question is that what's going on? Are you these are just bust downs that you getting with? Because like you know I ain't never been with 4 girls in a yes I have. But
Right.
but
I
if
mean,
what I'm saying is that so obviously these 4 girls you weren't serious with because you know what I'm saying.
Most of them was. I mean, like, because you're in your 20s, so, like, you know,
So nobody.
you're not really having, you might date a girl for, like, 3 or 4 months, then it just break off, and you know, date
So-
somebody else, or
Wait a minute.
some
Wait.
shit like
So
that.
this 105 is your number.
Oh, that 105 is
Okay,
close. Yeah.
And you counted or you just
I don't know.
Well, the
my-
conversation was brought up to me, like, 2 years ago.
oh, you
And,
said you counted.
well, no, I counted since then. Like, because sometimes I remember some shit, and I'll be like, oh, damn, that did happen. Damn. Like, I literally get, like, this one girl literally got mad at me because she was just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you been? Chilling? She's like, yeah, cooling. And I was like, yeah, what's your name again? And she's like, you don't know my name? I'm like, we probably met like 10 years ago? Like, I do come across a lot of people doing a day-to-day basis out of 365 days out of a year. So 10 years ago, that's a lot of goddamn days since I've seen you. So no, I'm not going to know your name.
Right.
She's like, damn, I would have never slept with you if that was the case. I'm like, oh, wait, we slept together?
You fuck it up.
Dear God.
You should throw the thing around. Oh, I remember you.
But she reminded me of when, and I mean, this was before I got in a relationship now, but I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. I was
Oh,
That's
the sex
10
is
years
terrible
ago.
then.
probably at the club drunk and yeah, whatever.
Hope you didn't say that to her. You did, did you?
Just say it was. It was
He did.
No, man,
Hey,
it was. Shit was terrible. Just say that.
I mean, it wasn't memorable.
It was forgettable.
Obviously.
It wasn't memorable.
This shit
But you
was
know,
terrible.
hey, you know,
If
I-
you were
I
ever
was-
young lady, if you were ever wondering, is it good? Here's your answer.
How old was you when you knocked it off?
What? What do you mean?
Oh, you say 31?
Oh,
was
the
10
short.
years
No, it was like in my 20s. It was like a little bit more than 10 years ago. Like it was like
Forgot.
it was like when I was like 25, 26. I know I didn't have kids at that particular time.
She probably was 25, 26, right?
No, she was at the time. She was 20 years old. She was in college.
So yeah, a pussy wasn't. She wasn't even know how to fuck yet. That's why we put
I
that
mean,
shit on
pretty
somebody
much.
these
I
bitches like,
mean,
yo,
I mean, you
she
know,
ain't been fucking yet. She don't know what she doing yet.
but you know, we had some
She
real.
ain't throating yet. She ain't throat baby yet. She still like, tip the dick baby right now. At 20.
Look at it.
We need
Yeah.
throat baby coming in around 28.
See, you fucking
I
with
say
the button.
30,
That was a
but
good button moment right there.
Right,
You
yeah.
fucking. You see what I'm
Fucking-
saying?
I was paused.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
looking.
yeah.
I was looking for the right button
Hey,
to hit.
no, hey, Windex that down. We're gonna pass that around as that somebody uses.
Nah,
You
I
gotta
was
wipe
just
it down
looking. I was
first.
looking for the right button to hit, but
That's
I
what
just.
she said.
That's why you remember.
That's why
her.
I forgot. She know
Yeah,
what
I
button it is.
mean, I'm
He's
sorry.
still checking Matt's house, baby. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
We probably lost a follower for that story.
What's up with
Sorry,
these docs?
baby.
What's up with these docs that was going on? The DMX doc and the
Um,
Garnet doc.
I mean, that was pretty cool. The DMX doc was sad.
I can imagine.
You want to touch on Virgil? You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Oh,
touch
yeah,
on him.
yeah,
man.
definitely.
First of all,
Because
rest
that
in
just
peace,
happened.
Virgil. Yeah, rest
Yeah.
in peace, Virgil.
That just happened. If you see, we got the off-white shoes here. We just received news. Virgil died yesterday at the age of 41.
Cancer that we didn't know
Of
about.
cancer we didn't know about. If anybody know about Virgil, he was a fashion designer, entrepreneur out of Chicago.
Rockford.
Yep, well, at Rockford. But, you know, he did some work with some guys in Chicago, Fat Tiger Works, and did some shit with Juggernaut, did some things with leaders as well. Later on, he became the artistic director of Louis Vuitton, which he started that in 2018 and passed away yesterday. So that's a sad moment for Chicago, obviously. He also came out with the brand Off-White, as you see the Nike Vapor Max up here. Shaun is also wearing one of the hoodies, and he also has the black Vapor Wipes.
Black ones too. Yeah.
So make sure y'all contact him because he's going to be selling these.
I will be.
You got the hookups.
I will be
So-
selling those, and I'll also.
Yeah,
man. Before we go on to the next person that's deceased, I just want to say that I really just liked Virgil's style when he came into the game, and especially in regards to the collaboration with the sneakers, basically the deconstructed style of the gym shoes, and now pretty much we got a lot of Nike is pretty much, even though he collaborated with Nike is taking his idea and put it onto their own products. Same thing they're doing with Kanye West products. So I'm mad that we're gonna not get an expanded version of what he could have did with Louis Vuitton, because he was taking Louis Vuitton to another level.
Yeah, he did release that. He released a jacket. It was similar to like a Pelly jacket that people used to wear with the little stitches. That was all Louis Vuitton, stitch, whatever. Like I said, man, rest in peace, Virgil. Talent gone too soon. You know what I mean?
Way too soon.
He was 41?
41, cancer.
And he
So-
was just getting started with it.
Just getting started. And, that's just something that I think, we touch on this not too often. As black men, you need to go to the doctor and get yourself checked out. You know what I'm saying? We lost somebody like 5 years ago. I think about 5 years ago, Timbuktu. Rest in peace to him. You know what I'm saying?
How old? He was young.
He was young,
Yeah, he was
and
really young.
by the time he found out he had cancer, it was too late. He was already in stage 4. He was just sick. He just didn't know why. I got this cold, like, you know what I'm saying, for like 2 or 3 months, and he just went to the doctor, and that's when he found out. So he didn't really have a lot of time to, get things in order, prepare himself. Of course, he fought to the very end. But in one of his speeches that he does, that he recorded himself on his, I don't know if it was his deathbed or if he just recorded, but he sent the message out to all his friends. And the message was to make sure you go get checked out, get your prostate checked, and do all the things that you're supposed to do when you get to a certain age, because you can have something in you and not even know. Just randomly, one of the guys, Darius, went to Morgan Park, died of a heart attack. We never knew. Driving his car, died of a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? He was in his 40s. So it's just a lot of things that, we don't really, when you get older, you got to check yourself. You got to make sure you get your blood drawn and everything's be on point, man.
You also got to work out, do some type of exercise and stuff like that. A lot of stuff happens because people get lazy.
Yeah, because I don't stretch, and I need to, because, man, bro, I be getting Charlie horse a place I didn't even know I could get a Charlie horse at.
Yeah, I think 45, especially for black men, it's an ultimate big benchmark. Made me feel some type of way, because for a black man to make it past age 45, 47, I think that's a pretty big deal. And I definitely feel blessed.
Yeah, you got to get and a lot of brothers, they scared to get the prostate test done because it's only 2 ways you can do it.
You don't want to do it with a male doctor.
You know what I'm saying? Either they gonna give you some liquid and you're gonna take a few days off, or you can take the 45 minutes procedure where they put it up there and drain it out. 45 minutes.
It was like a horrible date.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that goes, but
It sounds.
I'm gonna have to go to the doctor to find out that both options what's the least invasive way?
yeah, I actually had that happen to me a long time ago. I had a stomach issue. And I went to the doctor. I was like, yo, my stomach's fucked up. I don't know what it is. University of Chicago. Yeah, I'm putting you guys on fucking blast.
And they told you to bend over? God damn.
Oh, no, I was laying there.
Oh.
The dude comes in.
Okay, well, sure.
He's like, what's the issue? I told him what the issue was. He, checked my vitals, grabbed my stomach very roughly. Like, okay, you don't have no tumor or nothing like that. I'm like, tumor? What the fuck?
Lucky you wasn't ticklish.
And then he told me to roll on my side as he put on rubber gloves.
Ooh.
And he put this ointment on and he,
Got
right
a
up there.
ass.
Yep, right up there.
Got a
Moved it
bad ass.
around. He was like, no, your prostate's cool. So we're just going to subscribe you this little solution, da-da-da-da. I'm sitting there looking great.
Right, like,
He said, he didn't even warn you?
Didn't warn me.
Yes, oh,
You didn't take me out to dinner or nothing. He just,
Like, sir, I
He
should
just-
have a stomach ache. Stomach.
you
he
in the wrong
just-
area.
did that.
Like,
and
none of your
then,
pictures, nothing.
then a month later, I get a $3,000 bill. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, and you got to pay for it.
And you gotta pay for that.
nigga, you owe me a relationship.
Yeah, man.
I'm not even gay. We just gonna be.
That's
But,
one of the
you
things
know.
I definitely need to go and get
Yeah.
checked out more in regards to that. The only thing I like twice a year, I go get my dick checked out. They stick the needle in your dick, but I don't never go to the what?
You getting needles in
That's
this?
just, that's,
With the
I mean, with
Q-tip
the-
in your
yeah.
dick. Q-tip in your dick.
That's-
Yeah, that's-
I had that done like
Yeah, that's what they
twice.
tell
I
me.
mean,
Not
well,
fun.
yeah, you.
And then she like the lady I go to, she ages. She like to stretch it out. She be rubbing on it and stretch it out before she stick it in there. I be like, bitch, like
Love you long time.
you ain't gonna kiss
You're so
it first,
big. I
bitch?
love.
Like, God damn.
It's a special medical technique.
I think 'cause she get comfortable with me because we know each other. Like
All right.
Probably going in with
So
your
you walk
cologne
in,
on
right.
and shit.
yeah.
Hey, it's me. All right, okay.
I seen your ass 3 times this year.
Got this cologne on. Well,
Oh man.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, everybody go out there, go ahead and get checked out, man.
Yeah,
Cross my legs.
Also, we got to do R&P young Dolph.
Rest in peace,
He was shot, killed, murdered while getting some cookies for his mom.
Cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, Makeda's.
Yeah, Makeda's. He was on his way. He was in the cookie shop getting his mom some cookies. 4 gentlemen rolled up and shot through the glass and killed him.
So they was looking for him or
Yeah, I mean
that
it's
They
a
had to be.
it's a long
in his own city?
yeah, in his own city.
He was the only person that got killed. Nobody else got scraped or nothing.
I mean, he was by himself. I mean, it was nobody in even the shop. It was just literally the lady was like, it was just me and him. Like he, it's during the day. It's not like it's a busy, he just pulled up, went inside to get some cookies. You know what I'm saying? And the guys rode. They obviously had to be following him. I mean,
yeah, Plus, he was driving his Camel Wrap Vet, I think. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
Corvette.
So
Yeah,
it's like
so-
they know it's even
You
if
know
you
it's
don't
Dolph.
You know that.
but if anybody know about music, then we know that he's had a long-standing beef with Yo Gotti and Black Youngster for at least about 4 or 5 years. This is maybe I want to say 3rd attempt on his life. They shot up his tour bus a year and a half ago, 150 rounds.
that was
He also got shot at in Los Angeles. So he's been ducking and dodging. He's been a target for a while. I mean, no one deserves to lose their life, but he's been a target for a while.
It was a bulletproof Suburban, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
So-
know he was from Chicago either.
He's
Born
from
in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Born in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago. I
Yeah,
didn't know
born
that
in Chicago.
either.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know that.
Yeah.
And I could
So-
you know what's so funny about it? After I like saw that he was like from Chicago, I started watching like videos of him. And, like you could tell, it's just like something about Chicago niggas. Even if you ain't been here for a while, it's just like a certain type
Yeah.
of like way we talk, the way we walk, the way we carry ourselves. You
Yeah,
can tell.
exactly. And then he was a good dude. My brother knew him personally. They've had a great friendship for at least about 5 or 6 years because he was always playing his music on the radio here in Chicago. And he also shot my brother's first single
Oh.
with G Herbo. So that was off my brother's album. So that was pretty a dope moment. So my brother, he was kind of messed up about it. He was just like, man, that was tough, G, because this we fucked with him here. He had family people here, so that was sad. You know what I'm saying? We started to open up this pod on some sad shit, but these are 2 iconic people that we had to talk about because, I mean, Young Dolph did have a lot of material. He had a lot of great material. And Virgil's career, was about to take off. So,
And the one thing I said I wanted to highlight about Dolph, I don't think he get enough credit for. That man owned everything. everything of his.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Don't listen to what Soulja Boy say. He owned
He
everything.
owned everything of his. You know what I mean? And that's and if there's any role model that anybody want to follow, especially in the game as far as rap, for sure, I say try to follow Dolph's footsteps.
Yeah.
Man, he turned down multi-million-dollar deals because he knew, well, essentially, if you offer me $5 or $10 million,
Yeah.
what am I really worth? So
And-
you know what I mean? Like you only give me a small percent of what I can actually make. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And he figured that out early.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
that's going to be definitely.
Nipsey Hussle did.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation that we can talk that we definitely gonna have later on in this pod about artists, the deals that they sign up for their publishing and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of things that's in those fine prints that you don't know about, and you be like, God damn, like I owe you this.
And the perfect example to use of that, what you bring that up, is when Chief keeps signing that deal, and I was telling people like, bro, that's a bad deal, and he ain't gonna make it through this deal, and he didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically made his money off of touring and merch.
That's what the 360 deal is.
Yeah.
You know?
But they get the 360 deal is if you are an artist and you have you sign a 2-album deal, and the 360 deal is basically them. If you come out with merch, they get a percentage
Right,
off
they
the
get eaten
merch.
off everything. They wasn't able to do that before.
Right.
Everybody
So
was making their money off their own merch and their own albums.
Right,
I mean touring. Go ahead.
yeah. So a lot of times, 360 deals could work in a favor for an artist, depending on the structure. Some deals be 360s, and then after 5 years, you'll own your own publisher, or 10 years or 20 years. If anybody watched the Wu-Tang documentary on Hulu, it was a scene in there where RZA was telling Old Dirty about that, because Old Dirty really wanted to sign with Def Jam. But he was like, if you sign with Def Jam, you won't have no rights to your publishing. You know what I'm saying? But if you sign with Loud Records, you know what I'm saying, you'll have your publishing in 15 years. So 15 to 20 years. So like your kids can eat off your music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, it's sad. The DMX documentary touched on that as well, which just came out on HBO-MAX. So that documentary was the last year of his life, because the documentary was only like, it was supposed to be 2 hours long. It was only like 1 hour and 15 minutes long because they cut it short, because literally the last clip they had him in, he was singing a Gladys Knight song at his family's house, and shortly after that he had passed away. So they had edited the doc, but that was also something that, you know, was touched on in the documentary, because he came out with 3 albums in 1 year. Two albums in 1 year. 2 albums.
You talking about back when he first blew up? Oh yeah, we knew about that. Yeah, the 2 number 1 albums.
And then
like
he
8 or 9, 10 months he did it that fast.
Yeah, and then he had number ones on top of number ones. He was like, bro, I made clearly over $20-30 million in my career, but you know, he has 15 kids. And a lot of those deals with the public, they're like, hey, you still owe us an album.
Jesus.
I mean, look at Lauryn Hill. She still ain't came out with another album. She still owe Columbia an album.
So,
Somebody need to buy her publishing, buy her masters.
yeah, please, why couldn't Jay-Z ain't helped her out yet?
I don't know.
She
Maybe
lazy.
she don't want help.
But I want to go back real quick, and this also ties into, like, once again, this is that. Y'all remember the woman that he was with when he on his deathbed?
Who?
The last girlfriend he was with on his deathbed. Right, and they was talking about how she was upset because she don't get nothing from the estate, and I feel like I keep saying, like, bitch, you ain't the wife, and why would you even put yourself in that position? So
Well, who? DMX?
the DMX, the last girlfriend.
Yeah, the last girl. They have 2 kids together, and he wasn't married.
married to him.
But he wasn't married at all.
But I'm just saying, she wasn't married to him, so you don't get nothing. Why you even it shouldn't even formulate
You-
in
if
your
you-
mouth or your brain.
if
That's
got-
you in a common law state.
You
No,
wasn't-
if you got kids, they automatically get something.
Who? I'm talking about her. Her as the woman.
The money goes to her, to the kids. It don't go to the kids. The kids like 3,
I'm
4
not-
years old.
Man, you're talking about the support for the kid because it's children. I'm talking about her as a woman saying that she should be supported in this kind of way after his death. You don't get that. You're not the wife. The kids, yes. Beside the point.
I mean, in the documentary, she's been with him for 5 years when he was locked up before.
You wasn't married to him.
up.
You wasn't married to him. You don't get nothing. Get
So
your
he
ass
said
out
you
of
don't
here.
get any type of baby
Right,
mama
I'm-
alimony.
No,
That's
you're right,
pretty much
exactly
what that
right.
is.
Baby mama, there's no baby mama alimony. If you didn't marry this man, you had a baby. You a side. You get side bitch.
Well,
harsh
my
reality.
my argument would be with that, if the other 12 kids are getting money from me, from his estate.
We're not talking about the kids. We're talking about the wives, the mothers of these children. Those mothers that were not
All
married
the
to
mothers-
DMX don't get shit.
All those mothers, DMX said out his mouth in the documentary, all my kids' mothers and kids are straight. He gives them money to make sure they
He's
are
not
straight.
here no more. The estate. What you arguing
But-
about? He said that when he
but
was alive. He's dead now. Them kids.
See,
them-
that could go into. We're gonna touch on that
mothers
conversation
don't
because
get
you don't
shit.
know
I see what
about
he's
that
saying.
situation.
He's talking from legal terms. Now
Legal terms,
into,
okay.
like,
Legal terms is legal terms, but at the end of the day, like if I won the lottery, even though I'm not with my kids' moms, they gonna get something for being
You
taken
didn't write
care
it
of.
in nothing.
Right.
You didn't write it in
'Cause we
nothing.
talking
what
about,
you saying don't mean a goddamn
Yeah,
thing.
we're talking about probate court now.
Right.
What do you mean probate court?
Probate court is like if you die and you don't sell,
Oh,
say
wait.
where all your assets supposed to go, then the state gonna
The
decide.
state, right. The state decide, and the baby mamas don't get shit.
Uh-oh.
God damn. You got to be married to the man. You can't be a baby
You
mama.
evil.
Unless you're in a common
He don't
law.
have kids yet, so he can't
California
talk.
might
I'm
be
just saying, no,
different.
but
Right
I
out,
mean, what
and
he's saying,
people,
no,
and
what
people
he's
need to
saying-
stop doing that. Like, oh, you ain't got kids, whoop de whoop. That ain't got nothing to do
So
with
so
it.
wait, let me ask you
That ain't
a
have
question.
nothing to do with
If
it.
you was married, if you was married, you know what I'm saying, and you had a nice chunk of money,
Mhm.
and you died, but you got a kid by this girl, this woman that you was in love with, you ain't gonna write her, you know.
That's what. No, he's saying if, as far as where the money goes, since especially if he
I
does not have-
know exactly what he's
Right,
saying.
if he doesn't-
I know what he's saying. She doesn't have right to it, but
That's
You
as
said
a
right,
as a
right.
person, knowing this person, you care for this person, you had a kid by her, you ain't gonna give her no money.
If you don't
At
take
all?
care of it,
Let me
it's
answer the
not
question.
gonna
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
happen.
If I have 15 kids and you baby mama number 7, number 8, you might not get nothing.
You say you're in the line.
You got a point. That's another. You got a point.
Man.
Yeah,
We talking about some
Rough.
now. You know where you breaking it down. You walk down that path. So I'm gonna hold your hand while you walk down this path. How many kids he got?
Reach.
15.
How many baby mamas?
I don't know how many baby mamas.
So
he
let's
had.
say at least 3.
Yes.
At least 3 baby mamas.
I hope
So we
so.
talking about 18 people. That
No, I doubt if it's just
When
3.
we talking about 15 kids that automatically get some type of piece from his estate, right? Baby
Mama
mama
might
number
lose.
3, 4, 5, you might not get nothing. You a baby mama, you a side bitch. How long was he married to his wife?
They was married for
They were there for a minute. Yeah, they were married
like
for a long minute.
about
Yeah,
10 years.
So all the bitches that got babies by him while he was married, y'all don't get shit. Because you knew better. Then now you begging for some money because you got his kid after he died. He ain't got to write you.
So he had
shit.
15 children by 9 different women.
That's a little better.
Baby mama 2 through 9 might not get nothing. The kids might get, and the kids might not get nothing.
Yeah, that's that probate shit, yo. That shit happened a lot in real estate too. Like somebody died, but they didn't leave the house to the kids in the will. Now the state might take care of it. Or it's a bicker between the brother, the sister, the mama, the daddy who gets the house. Cause nobody
Exactly.
said shit.
But you want to be all DMX and he's so fine and I want to get with him and you get his baby. You get his, he barking on songs. I got to suck his dick. And then now you got 2 babies by him and this nigga die. You gets Nathan.
Done. Damn,
It gets Nathan.
That's harsh, but I mean, I feel it though. But that's harsh as fuck.
Yeah, it's a harsh reality.
That's harsh. as
Well,
hell.
anybody check out the DMX documentary on HBO-MAX? It just came out
I'm scared
last
to
week.
now. Shit.
I mean, it was sad. It was sad.
I
It
bet
was,
sound like a cautionary tale, bro.
it was sad. Another documentary that was good. Kevin Garnett.
I love KG.
I'm a doc head, so I watch a lot of documentaries.
Clearly.
Period.
We see.
I know how to kill somebody with them.
Where the hell is this going?
Hey, man,
I watch
we
a lot of
CSI.
birds.
We watch CSI. We know how to kill people too.
Oh, here we go with
Where
the
is this
damn
going?
beige rage over here. I tell you.
Oh man, no, but the on a lighter note, the Kevin Garnett documentary was really dope. It really showed a lot of skills that he had.
You ain't got
Like
the
what?
anything. I meant to tell you to put the anything is possible soundbite on the damn road.
Which one? When anything is possible. When anything is possible.
No, that's what he said when he won the championship.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you fucked up.
Anything's
You got
possible.
that weak ass, who that nigga on that Nay soundbite.
Who's that
But you don't
nigga
have-
on that
But you
neck?
don't have Kevin Garnett's Anything Is Possible, and you talk about Kevin
Who's the
Garnett.
nigga on that neck?
Now, you see what I'm saying? We take
Hey,
this
that shit
motherfucker
is
from you with
hilarious,
shit on
bro.
voice. The
That
perfect
shit
opportunity
is
to put Kevin
hilarious.
Garnett's Anything Is Possible
He got the
on
wrong
there, and he
shit.
got the wrong.
No, I tried it. You can't get the soundbite because it's the crowd. I already tried it.
But you know, fun fact about that, Adidas was mad at him because he got the slogan wrong when he said that. That wasn't what he was supposed to say, because Adidas had a slogan that was similar to that, but he said
Was
the wrong
he with
slogan.
Adidas? I thought he was with Nike.
At that time, he wasn't with Adidas. He was with Lenang.
Oh.
That's what I
Oh,
heard.
wow.
I heard that he said,
Hey, wait,
he said
hey,
it
wait.
said it wrong.
Matter of fact, he was never with Adidas. Yes, he
Right.
was. Yes, he was.
Wait, hold
He said it
on.
wrong.
So they were,
'Cause-
whatever company was mad because he said anything is possible?
Because it was supposed to be something else, like impossible is nothing or something like that. He said it wrong.
So,
But I don't think
Look it up, man.
I don't think he was doing it for that.
I think he was just saying it.
I think he was
yeah,
just saying
That's
it.
what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Honestly, he was just saying
no,
it. But
we
Yeah, but he was signing the Lee Nang at the time.
yeah,
With Dwayne Wade's shoe brand.
and the interesting part of that documentary is that he even though he's not from Chicago, he did his last year here in Chicago of high school at Farragut High School.
Mm-hmm.
And what the documentary broke down was this was the same year that Jordan had retired. So the city was actually looking for something
I remember that.
to be excited about. And with him and Ronnie Fields on that team, it was like,
How the hell they lose that state championship? But go ahead.
yeah, that was rough. That was rough. He looked at, they talked about that, and he was just like, yo, it's, the coach said he was all his fault because he didn't do enough research about the other team. He like the other team had 2 NFL,
Ty Streets.
you know what I'm saying, players on that team, and like 2 or 3, you know, basketball stars coming from that team. So he was like, I just didn't really.
They still could have beat them. Though.
He like we definitely could have won, but he like, that was my fault being a young coach and not really doing the homework I needed to do to prepare us for that game. Kevin Garnett came out of high school, so he was the first player out of 20 years of the NBA to come out of high school to the league. He
Last
basically,
one, Moses Malone was before that.
yeah, Moses Malone was before that, but 20 years after that, and people was astounded that he did that, and they was like, well, there was no rules that he couldn't do it.
that's true.
Yeah,
It was there, and he went and did it. So
he was ready though. When I saw his first couple of games, I'm like the way he was. I'm like, yeah, he ready to go. It don't matter.
Yeah.
He high school, he ready to go.
And the thing about it, he played with the top before then. He was talking about in the documentary where he went to just a regular gym in Chicago. When his friends were like, let's go down here, let's just hoop, let's get a workout in. He like, go down there, and it's like Jordan, Pippen, Isaiah Thomas is sitting in the corner. He had like this little Apex jacket, a couple other NBA players out there, and they saw him in the Raptors. They're like, come on down. Mind you, he's like, bro, I'm like 18 years old. I'm like, hey, fuck yeah, get my shoes. He runs downstairs to go hoop, and he was like, Jordan talked to him, and he was like, hey, man, just give me the ball, man. Let's just go. And he was like, real quick, he like did like a 15-minute workout. Just jumping straight up and down, ducking the ball 10 times in a row. Before we even started, and then he was like, then let's go. And he like, we ran the court, and he was like, after that, Isaiah Thomas gave him the idea that he can go to the league. He was like, you can get paid by next week. And he was like, what do you mean? He was like,
Because he was guarding, and they said at the same practice he was guarding. Not practice, but whatever game that was. He was guarding Scotty, and he was fucking Scotty up.
mm-hmm.
I
And they
know why
was,
Scotty
And
wrote
that's when
that book.
Isaiah Thomas came. It was like, yeah, you ready to go.
and then you know, throughout, I mean, Kevin Garnett just basically, he set the tone for one, players coming out of high school going straight to the league. He told a story about how he met Kobe Bryant in high school, and Kobe's like, I'm coming out, you know, in a couple of years, and he came out. And also, the documentary was about, it was a part in there where he got signed to 115
He was the first one
million.
getting them fat ass contracts.
He broke the damn league.
Yeah, 110 million or something like that.
And then you
And
got
he-
another one back to back. You got
Yeah,
another one right
and
after
he
that.
turned it down. And Scoop Jackson, which is another person from Chicago, if anybody know about, he's a famous sports writer for ESPN, Slam Magazine.
He was a teacher at my high school for a semester.
Yeah, Scoop, you know, he stayed over there in South Shore as well. He made it a point. He was like, the negativity that they gave him, the media, because they was looking at him like, who is this nigga that turned down $115 million? Like, who in the hell? Who do you think you are?
Nigga on
To-
that neck.
Right, exactly. Like,
Who this nigga on that nag?
but that's how they looked at it, and you know, he came back and got $130 million on the ass. But in good business, that's what you look for. You look for the best deal. He
I'm still waiting
finishes,
for my $130 million.
you know.
Hold up.
I need
took that contract and messed up him and Stephon Marbury. That's why Stephon Marbury left, because he thought he was supposed to get the same amount of money.
Yep.
They would have won the championship if Stephon had stayed.
Yep. And Steph. Yep. That
And they
that
had J.R. Ryder.
and that was the reason. And that was the reason why Steph left, because Steph was like, "Damn,
Yep.
okay, he getting what's up." And even after that, the NBA after that they started doing a salary cap.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Steph got mad because of the salary cap. I think the salary cap because of Garnet, right?
Yeah.
Then Steph got mad because he couldn't get his money because of the salary cap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was.
He got his overseas though.
And the salary cap fucked up the team because they gave Kevin Garnett all that goddamn money and they couldn't pay nobody else.
Yeah. They couldn't pay nobody else. So he left and went to Boston and finally got him a championship.
He should be supposed to get that championship in Minnesota.
Yep. But him and Paul Pierce, they played together while they was in high school at a couple of tournaments. So that was a good chemistry. And of course they had Rondo coming in. They had Ray Allen. So that was like a good team. You had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Rondo, and Ray Allen.
But Rondo wasn't shit at the time. He was a rookie, so he didn't count. What I'm talking about, he wasn't. What I'm saying is that he wasn't like when you mention Rondo. Man, I'm sorry. When you mention Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, at that time.
When
you first put them together, you weren't thinking about Rondo.
Yeah, but Rondo, you knew Rondo name in them
Later
series.
on in the season after he developed.
But
at the beginning,
Rondo was getting off in that series.
They was looking for a point guard at the time. They wasn't sure if they was going to use him at the point that he developed. But at first, it was
Yeah, but now they was like, oh yeah.
And then after that, Ray Allen got mad at Rondo because Rondo wasn't passing the ball. That shit was funny.
Yeah, man.
I think Rondo low-key admitted this shit. He wasn't gonna pass him the rock.
Yeah, man. It was a good documentary, man. It was a very good documentary. I suggest everybody go check it out.
Yeah, I definitely check it out because
it was definitely good. Check it
not
out.
from Chicago, but he claimed Chicago, so
Yeah, definitely. And he said it too. He was like, "Yo, I don't care what nobody
Chicago
say."
made him.
He was like, "Yeah, a lot of people talk about New York and the bad." He like, Chicago, bro. You have to be a whole different type of monster. And one good point was about that was because Scoop Jackson said it. He was like, "You got to think about it. We have the largest high school system in the country."
Oh, do we?
So yeah, so he was like, at that time, we had the largest. So he was like, "You got to think about it. You got 150 some schools playing for that one spot. So you really have to be a beast to get to that one spot." That's why Chicago basketball is so well respected in the league and around sports. Period.
You say Chicago, we bring the grit players, and New York bring the they got handles but they can't shoot.
Yeah, they got
New
the
York
flashy. They got the flashy
shoot
players.
jumpers for
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
They players get in the league. They got handles like a motherfucker. They can.
We gonna be
shoot
throwing elbows. You know what I mean? Ooh, the fuck out the way,
They
Nuke.
say Chicago get buckets. New York just
Basically.
we get buckets.
Basically. Yep. So man, we got some interesting topics to talk about today. And I think this one topic is going to really, really last because, we all feel differently about the situation. So, I don't know. You think we should start off with that story that we posted?
What story?
Yeah, you gotta
we
be specific.
can, but just
I'm going to introduce it. Okay.
Just go into it, man.
Yeah,
So
and I
this
will
is...
say, and I want people who are watching this episode to really pay attention to. You got four guys talking about a topic that's going to get really heated, and how we can all say our piece and not take this shit personal. So that's a good thing about this topic, because this topic is really, I don't know. I was thinking about like this shit about to get deep.
Yeah, because if you say something, I'm going to be like...
Who this nigga on that name?
Goodness, man.
I can't got my headphones on.
One more time,
I'm
goddamn.
gonna pour some water on that motherfucker. Just on that button.
Who's that nigga on that name?
Be your damn ringtone.
Now I was just on that button.
All right, so the topic is baby fathers versus the boyfriend, the new boyfriend. That relationship.
No, the father of the child versus the new boy.
Yeah, that's not
the father of the child versus the new boyfriend. How does this dynamic, can it mesh? Can it not mesh? Should it be put together? Should it be a conversation had before things get serious?
I mean, there's like
A lot of things. It's a lot of things to unfold.
A lot of dependent variables there, bro.
I mean, like it's just one of those things where when you are in a relationship with somebody that has a child, there's somebody else that comes along with that.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can't in the perfect world.
Well, no, you can't really say automatically because there's a lot of deadbeats out here. So
Well, yeah, that's a fact.
right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But still,
So I mean,
still.
But I get your point,
I guess in a way, if you're in a fucked up way, lucky enough where there's a deadbeat, then you're good.
So you saying that's lucky for a man to? In my case, that's the way I prefer it.
I'm just saying, if you're the boyfriend or the stepfather, whatever the case is, and you want to get in a relationship with this woman, and she has a child, if the father isn't there, then you kind of good, you know, because you don't have anything to worry about. You know
If
what I
the
mean?
father
Like,
is there is the issue.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the father for sure. Yeah,
And you
know.
got to get to know the chick because you don't know what's the relationship between her and the dad because it may be good, it may be bad. He could be like a fucking jump off the handle type of dude, or he might be real calm.
Yeah,
So that's
this
you
is
need to know.
this is something that you need to ask.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not off top, but like, you know,
I said damn that.
No,
Fuck
no,
that.
off
Damn
top.
that off
Yes,
top.
sir.
I mean, like, you know, if when I have dated women with kids, the topic came up not on the first date, not on the second date, maybe like on the third day. Like, so
Is that when y'all had sex?
no,
Okay.
we were just like, so is he around? What's going on with that situation? Like,
And you
what
talk about
type of-
second date?
yeah, second,
This shit
third date.
for 5-10 minutes with me, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like, because I mean, like, you know, me personally, my thing is when I was dating that,
You spending money on the third date? Man, come on, bro.
This guy.
who said you got to spend money? See, we that's a
Going out,
whole other conversation because
money.
those three
your
dates.
Time is money. Your time is. You wasting
Hey.
time with this man. Hey, you gotta. Once she say you got a kid, I'm on it. What's up with this?
Well,
What's up? With the
okay,
baby?
so
You
my
talking
thing
about
is,
third date.
there's okay, that's a different topic because you going in dating to fuck.
Who me?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you just asking
What?
these questions
No.
off
Wait a
top.
minute.
Hold
No.
on, hey, hold on. Let's not go off topic, boy.
All right, yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
let's
we
not
gonna-
go off
No,
topic.
we gonna
because
stay, 'cause
only reason why I say that, only
I'm
reason,
looking at you.
only reason why I
side-eye,
say
bro.
that is because when
I'm
I
looking for a wife right
at
now.
that
actually.
when that and during that
We
time,
ain't gonna go that route. We
Real.
ain't gonna go that route, bro.
they don't go
Boy,
that
I'm
right now.
like, Really?
We gonna come back to this.
Yeah. Bro,
But no, like when I was
different episode, nigga.
Yeah,
That
true.
ain't-
Right.
true.
when I was dating prior to that, my thing was just organic, like conversation and how things go about. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really have to have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm bougie. At that time, I have options. So my main thing is just really kind of get to know you, see who you are as an individual.
It's the
If we don't-
105.
if we
You-
don't
you
work
heard
out,
from him.
Right. If we don't work out, we don't work out. Okay, cool. I'm still gonna speak to you and say what up. But I'm not really rushing to know all these things off top. You feel what I'm saying? And then off the personality side, a lot of times men and women lie about themselves in the first 2 or 3 months just so they can get to a certain position
Fact.
to do whatever. So you're going to tell me some bullshit either. So if I ask the right questions, it's organically going to come out how that relationship is with that guy without even me asking. So I don't even ask because I'm like, okay, let me just see how it goes. And off her personality, if she's very loudmouth, very disrespectful, I'm like, you probably said some very disrespectful shit to him. He probably doesn't like you. So let me just.
Ain't nobody trying to sit
You know
back
what I'm
here and
saying?
figure these hoes out, man.
Yeah,
Nigga,
this
you
is
trying to sit back
Right,
in
your
and
ass.
fucking.
Stone
But,
Cold
I mean,
Gentleman.
but you can-
goddamn
shit.
notebook
You
and
can-
psychoanalyze the shit she doing.
But
man.
you
I'm
can
asking
tell
shit
that
off rip,
you can
man.
tell that in the first few conversations that you had.
That's that opportunity cost that we talking about. For a lot of people, that's too high, bro.
It's too high for what?
The opportunity cost.
What's the opportunity
The
cost? What are you
opportunity
talking about?
cost, all that time.
Break
and
that down,
energy,
doctor.
All that time and energy that you're spending to get to your goal, whether it be sex, relationship, or what have you, you're taking a lot of time and energy to get to that. Whereas, I mean, a lot of brothers feel like you don't have to take. Let's say that amount of time you talking is about 3 months. A lot of brothers say, well, you could do that in a month, or you could do that in one conversation.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, my life at that time, it was hectic. I'm throwing a party on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So those dates are not like dates within 2 weeks. It'll be like we'll probably go out on a Monday, and I'll probably see you 3 weeks from now.
That
You feel what I'm saying?
With a goddamn conversation.
Or like,
That's
or
even
like,
more reason for you to make.
or like, you know,
Exactly.
I mean, that's because now I'm out and about. I got options. I don't really need this option. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's just.
Look, man, you trying to I understand where you're going with it. You trying to justify like, yeah, you got options, but that's one option you can get rid of. You got options. Everybody got options in a sense, but this is one option I ain't got to deal with. I want to find out 3 months ago that this is the option I should have got rid of.
But what I'm trying to say is the point is if you know what you're in some cases. You can find out you can find out a lot of things without asking a direct question.
We agree with that.
Basically, that's all I'm saying.
Just saying the time.
That's all I'm saying.
I think that's bullshit. It's not. No,
you can't find out things from a person for the first time.
What I'm saying is I don't want to, and I'm not about to waste my time trying to figure it out. I'm about to ask you off the rip, and I'm about to find out whether or not you're about to lie to me.
Okay, so when do you ask about the baby daddy on the first date?
Yes. Hey, do you have any children? Yes. What's going on with this baby daddy?
So as soon as he see a stretch mark,
once the moment she says she got a kid, that conversation is about the baby daddy immediately. We about to start talking about it right now before I move on to any further, so I can figure out whether or not. First of all, if we say we haven't went on a date yet, and this is the the quote unquote coffee date that women say they hate to go on. All this shit is before. So the coffee date, I think we touched on this before. The coffee date is determined whether or not on the next date that I'm taking you to Steak 48 and giving you whatever, and we going to Roof Chris, or we going to
Popeyes,
TGI Fridays on a quick lick, or we going to Big and Littles on a quick lick, and we getting some $20 meal. So on that coffee date, you tell me, okay, you got a kid. Boom, I'll let you slide with one. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You got one, I'll let you ride. Now I'm saying, so tell me about the baby's father. What kind of guy is he? You know what I'm saying? I'm an attorney. You know, you got another guy or something. He on the same level or something like that, right? Oh no, he in jail. He at 26 in California. He don't get out for another. He got 15. He got 10 years ago. Oh, so this father ain't around at all. Okay, so you picked a Pookie Ray type. Yeah, he ain't shit. You know, he ain't the type of guy I wanted to marry. Not something I want to move forward with. So in my mind, I'm thinking that you picked the guy that you ain't gonna marry, but now I'm the guy that you gonna step to, and now I gotta take care of this man's responsibility. That you wouldn't marry this guy, but you gave him a baby. Ooh. You gave him the greatest gift, that any woman on this planet can give to any man as a child. So you've already given that away. So you've already given that away, and you've given it away to the worst a man that you wouldn't even marry.
So real quick, you just said. Met the girl. She got a baby daddy. He's in jail for 15 years. He's doing 10. So the kid is probably like, what, 10 or 11, I'm assuming, around that
Maybe
time.
So.
Okay. So a lot of this, do you think in that situation, do you think she has that same mindset that she had 12 years ago?
I don't care. I don't care if you change your mindset. You
You're
still have the
never
child.
wrong. You're a smart motherfucker. That's
this guy.
You a smart motherfucker.
Timing was kind of better on that one.
But you've already this child is still here, and he might get probation. He might be able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
You seen Baby Boy? Homie still calling the house type shit.
Jody.
Yeah.
So she's done.
Yeah.
Especially if she sits there and she tells me that I don't want to. I had no intentions on being with this guy. I was young, and if any woman ever says to me that young and dumb, you're done.
So you probably figuring and say this woman makes bad decisions.
You're making bad decisions already, and now you may have changed, but I have to deal. If I marry you, I have to deal with the consequences of your bad decisions.
I mean, your decision is your personal choice is your personal. I can't really argue with your personal choice. But the one thing I would challenge is, especially if she was like in her early 20s. Like, we were all stupid in our early 20s.
No.
Exactly.
No. I'm not gonna. I'm getting tired of that with black people. I'm not gonna let y'all have that. Everybody, you knew. So let me ask you this question. Everybody was the young and dumb shit, right? You knew that if you shoot and kill somebody at the same age, you know that you're going to jail for that, right?
Shooting to kill and having a baby is something totally different.
Hold on. The reason I use it because it's an extreme. Because having a baby is an extreme. Shooting and killing somebody is an extreme. Go ahead.
As far as I don't know the technical terms for it, but especially before the age of 25, you know
right and wrong, Chris.
It doesn't. Your understanding of consequences isn't completely there. Like,
exactly.
You understand the consequences of shooting somebody that you going to jail
Look at the youth. Look at today's youth right now in the South Side of Chicago. All these young niggas out here sitting there shooting, killing each other, wilding out here, right? Without a care in the world. Do you really think that their concept of right and wrong is the same as somebody that's our age? No,
of course not. Right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
And you're
that-
dating.
But-
You'll
but
be
at
dating
that-
somebody.
But I see your point. But at the end of the day, they do know when the police pull up, you knew you did something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Wait a minute. Wait.
And
We
that-
talking
Only
about
difference
that.
is because the child didn't put the child having a child doesn't put you in a position where it's going to hurt you to a point in regards to the man. In regards to the people. So that's why a lot of people don't care about the same because you can get doggone financial assistance if you have a baby. If you shoot and kill somebody, you're going to jail. So I'm not going to go out here and shoot and kill somebody, but I don't mind busting a nut up in the chick.
A dumb decision is a dumb decision. There's different ramifications for every situation.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
So as far like shooting and kill somebody and having a child, two different situations. But I brought it up for a reason. The reason why I brought it up is because if you're at our particular, if you're young, you know for a fact the way that you thought at 17 versus 22 was completely different. Versus 25 was different. Versus 27, 35. As far as the older you get, the more mature you get, the more you be like, damn, you know what? I would have done this differently if I was this age.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because now you're like, you know what? I wasn't thinking about that because at this time, my whole idea of what was right, what was wrong, what could happen. Like, for example, the first time I ever got I got a credit card when I was like 18.
Me too.
I got another one. I
I
was
burned
roughly-
it out the first day I got it.
Right. So okay. So now,
But
now,
nobody else has to deal with that.
But wait,
nobody else has to deal with that
bullshit.
except me.
Bullshit. I'll get to that in a minute. Bullshit.
Who else gotta deal with
I'm
your
gonna
fucked
tell
up
you.
credit
When you get married or you
when
look for a
especially-
condo.
especially if it fucks up your credit. Yes, that can
Yeah.
fuck up a relationship.
Yeah.
If we talking about 18, so by the
Wait a
time
minute.
25.
Okay, let's say 25. So let's just say 22, 23. You 22, 23. Let's say you get an
A
application.
$500 credit card
No.
ain't fucking up your goddamn
It
life like a
can't-
kid is.
Let me tell. Hold on. Let me give.
and you know you're talking to somebody that
anecdote.
deals with
Hold on,
fucking
wait a
credit
minute,
all
wait
day.
Wait a minute. Let me give you a perfect example.
Okay.
When I had one of the credit cards that I had a $300 credit limit.
Okay.
I maxed out on that by I withdrew the $300 at an ATM.
Damn.
And I said, fuck it. Well, I got $300.
Mm-hmm.
2-3 years down the line, I look at when I actually start thinking about
Hearing about
credit,
this
and especially when it comes to when I wanted to get a car.
Credit card and a baby, boy.
But
Come
wait
on,
a
what the
minute.
hell
Wait a
is this
minute. We're
comparison
talking.
going?
No, we're talking about decisions and the way that
18-year
you
baby.
think. We're
18-year
talking. Wait a
baby,
minute.
credit
Wait a
card
minute. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. So when I wanted to get a car, when I wanted to get an apartment or get a house, guess what the fuck popped up?
Of course.
So now you're trying to get into a relationship with somebody, right? You get into the relationship with somebody who wants to settle down. They want this, they want that, and this. When they want to, oh, we're gonna. I want to be with somebody that be able to do this with me. We can travel and blah 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 blah. If you wait a minute, if you know for a fact, if you know for a fact, the person that you're gonna be with has fucked up credit, would you still be with them?
Say that again.
Based off bad, because you know what bad credit can do, right?
Indeed.
Based off some of the dumb decisions that were made, because again, when you're in your early 20s, you don't think the same way when you're in in your late 20s or your early 30s. Okay,
Right.
now all of that shit follows you. Would you be with somebody that has but that has fucked up credit? But mind you, again, bad decision that they did when they were younger. Now you know what bad credit can do.
I could deal with a bad credit person. And this is anecdotal now because I can deal with a bad credit person because I'm the breadwinner in the house, so I don't get no fuck what your credit is because I'm running everything. So, but
Okay, never mind.
right, that's what I
You
said.
know, but you
I get your point.
You get what I'm saying.
Right.
I get
all
your
right.
point,
You
but
get-
I don't like the comparison of a
But-
baby to credit. The credit baby.
Yeah.
I'm just saying different consequences have different ramifications.
Right.
A dumb decision is a dumb decision. It just depends on what you like. Your mental
We
space.
talking about a
And-
life though. We talking
and-
about a
and-
life.
and we're-
okay,
and we're-
great. And then
definitely levels
get
to
right-
this.
Okay, but still, it's the same mindset when you're young. Like young and dumb is a thing. Like you
Yeah.
literally don't think about that shit like that when you're
Yeah,
young.
you know.
Okay, I see your point. What I'm gonna raise to you is that in regards to this, the credit is fixable. For example, Michael Jordan, when he married that woman, her credit was fucked up. He fixed her credit, and before he married her, he paid down all her debt, and he gave her some money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's fixable. You got a baby by another nigga that ain't shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the parallel.
Well,
Michael Jordan, really? How often does that happen?
I'm just saying, if I was with a woman, if I was to meet a woman I really loved her in my financial situation, and I'm able to do that with if your finances are able to fit in, I probably would do something like that so we can move on. Maybe not. Yeah. But a baby, you see what I'm saying? I hear you. I hear you.
I'm just saying. The whole argument is young and dumb is not an excuse. It isn't. It's a thing. That's
not an excuse. Because to me, an excuse ain't nothing but a dressed up lie.
Yeah. Wow. Alrighty.
I mean.
Excuse ain't number dressed up lie.
I get.
I'll give you an example with a dressed up lie. Excuse ain't number dressed up lie. You showing up late for work. Somebody show up late for work, right? Why was you late for work? Oh, because I was stuck in traffic. No, you wasn't. You was late because you didn't leave the house in enough goddamn time. Because you had the opportunity to check the traffic before you got there. So when you was in traffic, you knew you was late. So you're gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna say the traffic was fucked up, right? No, but you didn't check the tracker. You should have checked it before you left the house. So that's why excuse ain't number dressed up lie. I got that from my high school principal because she said, well, Shaun, why are you late for class today? And I said, oh, because the bus was late. She said you should have got on the bus that came before that. Excuse ain't nothing but a dressed up lie.
But I don't have a track. I got a Boost mobile phone.
Then you should have left the house. Then you should have left the house in enough time to get yourself to school on time.
Hey, Ray, put it in there with Shayla, yo.
Damn it.
Excuse ain't nothing but a dressed up lie.
Anyway.
But anyway, my point. Back to the point of is that in regards to situations like that, you come with a young and dumb excuse. That's really this. I might get up from the table.
I think it's
in the middle of the date.
I think it's just levels to this. I mean, we all gonna make silly decisions when we're younger, but I mean, there's levels to this. I mean, like my man said, you could fuck up your credit, you could have a baby, or you could commit mass murder. It's levels to this. Like, if you met a girl, she's like, yeah, I killed everybody in my high school class, but I've changed now. You're like, we're out of here.
I went to counseling.
Yeah, fuck that.
So anybody have any questions for me? I got questions.
My thing is this: when me and Chris, we obviously have kids,
right?
So we have met guys. I've met guys like you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And my son's mom's was like, well, he's in his kid's life, so if you can't deal with that, then I don't need to date you. Point blank, period. Because if you can't, some women look at it, and not talking about you,
I know.
but a lot of women look at it as a maturity level. Because now you can't deal with that. That's kind of a thing for them.
And if a woman says that, I'd never intercede. If a woman says that, I'm gonna check on that.
But see, the thing about it, they won't say it.
Ain't no maturity level.
Women,
No
some women, they won't say it. They just peep it and be like, oh,
and
okay.
If they think, so if a woman thinks that, that's an ignorant way of thinking about it. Because that's an ignorant and selfish way of thinking about it. Because you have no concept of how that man feels. Especially when you're dealing with a man that has worked hard to become the best version of himself, was on his purpose, has everything set up, and he doesn't have children.
And a woman can look at you like that as selfish as well.
Selfish, and how is that selfish?
Because a woman can look at you like, damn, like you.
I won't come in there and take care of
Wait. Let me finish.
Yeah,
you're right. Because you got a lot of women out here that don't need your money at all to take care of their kids that they had by somebody else.
Exactly.
But you're not sitting there at the table like, well, I'm not. If we get married, I am not going to have another man make decisions in my household. Right? We had that discussion when you said that if you and a lady gets married and she does have a kid outside,
right,
that man can't make decisions in your household.
Absolutely, it's my house.
Right. So that goes into like when me and his situation with us having kids by people we're not with. It's all about, to me, it's all about respect. You know what I'm saying? Now, when my kid's mom, they started dating guys, and then when they get serious, I would ask them, like, how's dude going? Because I've seen him around a couple of times. What's going on with that? Oh, well, we cool. We getting kind of serious, stuff like that. The maturity level, for one, has to be on a woman to come to you like, hey, I'm dating Daryl. Daryl is cool. And I want to, it's going to get serious. Okay, cool. That's great. How is he with kids? Oh, well, Justin loves him, or whatever the case may be. Great. I would like to meet him because I don't know you. And when you have a kid, your main responsibility is anybody that's around that kid you would like to meet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Same way if your kid goes to somebody's house to spend the night, I got to go meet them parents. It's just out of respect. Now, if that brother can come to me in a respectful manner and say, "Hey, man, whatever." I've had drinks with my kids' boyfriends and her husband now. Like, cool, let's have a beer. Let's talk about it. Because this has to go into a situation where if I punish my kid, if he does something and I say he cannot do it and he cannot have something, that does not give you the right to buy that kid that thing to gain the brownie points. You feel what I'm saying? Because
any dude trying to gain some brownie points off of that shit is weak anyway. But go ahead. That's just. I understand that's just an example, but that shit.
But yeah, it's an example, and not even that. It's just no, because when it comes to brownie points, see, I've dated with women with kids too. So when it comes to that point, if you really like the girl, you really want to get along with the kid, because it's a package. It's a package deal. You can't get along with the mom and not pay no attention to the kid. So if you're really seriously dating this lady, you have to start a relationship with that kid.
Yeah, I understand that. You saying? I'm just saying brownie points. You saying it like he trying to
brownie points, not for her, but for him.
No, what I'm saying is that if he doing for the kid, he doing for the kid. You're saying it like he's going above and beyond and doing too much when you say brownie points. That's why I say if he
brownie points is it's not even going high and above. If I say he can't have a PlayStation 5 because his grades was under a C level, he can't have a PlayStation 5. I don't need you popping up on Christmas with a PlayStation 5. You feel what I'm saying? Like that.
I know. I get your point. I'm just saying when you use the word brownie points. But go ahead.
Yeah, but to me, that's brownie points.
Right. I don't think it, depending on the situation, it doesn't have to be brownie points. That's why I say just
whatever.
But I get your point.
It's a point. It's a point because you're trying to gain this kid.
And then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm right. The last example you just mentioned is one that, like, I ain't even about to.
You're not negotiating.
You say that to me, I'm not even responding to it.
Yeah.
Like what I'm supposed to say? Let me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like you say that, and I'm supposed to be like, okay.
No, because I'm not going to say it to you.
Huh?
I'm not going to say it to you.
You gonna say it to her?
Exactly.
Right. And it gonna come. So what if she don't say nothing to me about it because y'all feel like y'all ain't gonna say
and
nothing?
that's not.
Shit, then you
and
gonna come and say something to me.
That's
about
not
it.
an issue with you. That's an issue with her. Hey, I told you he couldn't have that. Why didn't you check him? Why didn't you say, hey, you know what?
You ain't check him. You talking about the father? You ain't checking him.
No. Listen to what I just said. That's not my job to call you and say, hey, bro, I told you this.
Why not?
I'm about to explain why. Because
and that's the bullshit. Where you going with this is bullshit.
Nope.
I'm not about to have this conversation where you just talking to my wife, but you at the beginning of this shit, you want to come and meet up with me and find out who the fuck I am, and then after that, you want to call up my wife and tell her what the fuck y'all ain't doing. You can't. Hey,
no. I wasn't even you, bro. You.
Hey, bro. Let me holler at you real quick. This is what I just told.
No. You went way off. You're way off, bro.
Right, fair enough.
All I'm saying is, in a situation, I have kids, so I'm speaking from real situations. If my son does something, whatever. And I talk to his mom. And his mom calls me and be like, hey, this is whatever.
Right.
All right, cool, but he can't have that.
Right.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Now, if the guy pops up with the gift, it's her job to say, hey, you need to go ahead and take that back.
No. But what I'm saying is, why ain't you, before at the beginning, why ain't you holler at the boy? Dude, why ain't you, this is what I'm saying. This is the issue that I'm having because it seems like it's this situation with these baby fathers and especially in a marriage, right? Why you ain't hollering at the dude, the husband? Why can't you have a conversation with the wife and say, chop it up with the dude after the phone call with her and say, hey,
wait.
Let me finish. You watch the Bears game, you watch Bears. Hey, I just talked to my wife about, I just talked to your wife about so-and-so. I just let her know that, she let me know that, my boy wasn't doing too good in school, so I told him he couldn't have. Why couldn't you just do
that's a conversation that you have, but that's a relationship that you have to build. When I said that I took them out or we met for beers is me getting to know them prior to them actually moving forward with the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm not, the first time we meet, I'm not finna sit here and be like, hey, these are my rules and regulations.
No, I ain't talking about that. No, I'm talking about that. If you had, look, for me, That first conversation you had at the restaurant where y'all had those beers, that set it up for the point for anything after that to touch base with him and say, hey, bro, you got these grandiose, gotta take time. I meet a girl and I gotta take 2-3 months to
That has
figure this
nothing
out.
to do with the conversation we're talking about now.
The first conversation, that should happen, right? You go meet up the guy with the bar, y'all chop it up. That should happen a week later. You feel like you can't chop it up with him yet and say,
no,
hey,
bro, because I'm speaking from a dad perspective. I'm not finna. If Chris is dating my son's mom and me and him, he at the bar, and I see him at the bar, I'm like, what up? We sitting there, we talking about the game. My conversation with him is, where'd you go to school at? Where you from? Oh, okay, cool. What you do for a living? Okay, where'd you meet mama? Where you? Oh, okay, cool. I ain't finna be like, because
I ain't talking about that on the first day. What I'm saying is on that first situation, you've developed a rapport to just drop that little one fucking sentence. I talked to your wife. My son been fucking up. I told her not to buy so. Hey, bro, I just told your wife that. And okay, bro, I got it. The way you set it up, you like, I'm not gonna say shit to him. But if he do go bad, now it's a whole nother conversation that he could have alleviated because he didn't know. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Because once again, what I'm hearing from a lot of you dudes is that it's a conversation with, that's my baby mama. I ain't gotta talk to this nigga about nothing, even though that's his fucking wife. You steady calling into this man's wife, and you can't chop it up with this man and say one. You can't chop it up with this man. That's what I'm talking about. And that's why I don't want to fuck with y'all, because y'all niggas think that y'all can just not say nothing to the man.
No, because
this is my wife.
After look, bro.
I mean, see, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I get what I do get what you're saying, but I hate the term at the end of the day. But I hate the term at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it's my children and my children's mother,
and that's that man's wife.
Again, what are those your children?
No, of course not.
All right,
exactly. You have no right to say anything.
Wait, hold on, sir. I'm confused now. Okay.
No. What I'm saying is, as far as no. You said that's your wife, right? Cool. But the conversation we having is about the children. Is those your children?
Right.
Are they your children?
No, of course not.
Okay.
But
so what I gotta come to you for?
That's because you told her something that you're not sure if you based on his example. Mm-hmm. You told my wife something that it's a situation that
I told the mother of my children something who happens to be as well your
wife.
Right. And you told her. Okay. You told her not to do something, right? So listen.
Okay, I hear
you break. I'm using.
No. I didn't tell her not to do something.
I'm listening to.
I get what you're saying. Go ahead.
I'm using it. Your example. So you told her not to, because the kid was messing up. So you told her not to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't tell me. Shorty come to me and say, hey. She go tell him what's going on. Shorty come to me and say, hey, bro, can you give me a PS5 with the womp? Brownie points. I go buy it. Y'all find out about it. Now everybody in the house mad at me for doing you. But if you had when you called my wife and fucking told her that what you didn't want to do, if she didn't do it and you didn't know what she was gonna do, and you just said, hey, let me talk to your husband real quick. Hey, how you doing, bro? Whoop-de-whoop. This is what the fuck I told my wife about my son.
No, my situation, your situation, what you just said. You buy the PS5, you bring it home, right? You bring the PS5 home. You bring it to the house.
I don't know, because there's two motherfuckers in this house. It's a motherfucker in this house, and a dude on the phone don't want to fucking communicate.
Wait. We're not talking about anything. You come home. You bring the PS5. You come home off of work. You left towards us. Wherever you buy this shit at, you buy it. You bring it home.
Okay, can we fuck the PS5 for a second?
Whatever. Whatever it is.
I get what you're saying. I'm just
her
saying,
job should be like, hey.
Because it's getting convoluted.
Right.
The point is obligation. Do I have an obligation to talk to you?
Do you have an obligation
about my children? Do I have an obligation to talk to you about my children? That's a yes or no. Do I have an obligation to talk to you?
Yes.
Why?
Because depending on what you are setting, depending on what you're telling.
Who are you?
I'm not saying everything. If you say, hey, you don't want your son to do so-and-so, everybody in the house should be in the loop.
Okay, and whose job is that? Your fucking wife.
No, as a fucking
Exactly.
father, if that's your child.
No, as a fucking
Exactly.
father, if that's your child.
I think that's where the
Brother,
problem in
but
lies.
I don't know what
That's-
I don't know what
That's
kind
what-
got that. So let me get. So
I don't know what conversations you having because I
Who
don't.
problem is that?
I think
Right.
that's-
Wait a minute.
that's
Wait.
where the
So
problem
wait.
is,
So
yo.
your wife don't communicate with you, and that's my motherfucking problem. Get the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? See,
Yeah.
now I can see the issue because wait a minute. Wait.
No, I'm
So
gonna tell you why it's your problem.
How?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because
It's
your
your
wife didn't communicate with you. That's my problem.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's your problem because now the PS5 in the house and I ain't sending shit back. So what you gonna do? It's my
Yeah,
house.
no, stop. You right? No. You absolutely no. Okay,
No, you're right.
my
No,
question,
no,
right?
you're right. No,
That's
you're
what I'm
right.
saying.
You're right. No,
That-
on that part, you're right.
That's that
I was
exact.
talking shit. The last part, you're right.
Okay,
The
so
last part,
that's what I'm saying. So
As far as that's as far as general obligation, obligation is when it comes to the whole family, me being the father, the children, my children's mother, and the boyfriend's or new husband, whoever the case is. As far when it comes to permanent relationships, me and my children's mother is the permanent relationship. You are interchangeable.
not permanent is you only depending on how many the kids or what.
It
He's
is
saying you're not permanent.
you're
You
not
can be
permanent.
together
You're
today and
right.
broke up
You're
tomorrow.
right.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, my bad.
So like that's so you are interchangeable. As far as just the general, could it be courteous to include you in things like that? Yes, I give you that.
Thank you.
I would give you that. But do I have to?
No.
All right.
So, but let's check this out. My argument was never did you have to. My argument is what did you say from the jump? Respect.
Right.
You could have simple enough respect for me that you fucking told my wife whatever you telling her about something, especially about something something that you don't want done for your child. That's a simple. Hey, you're done. I'm done talking to you. Hey, let me talk to your husband real quick.
That's that. Okay, wait a minute. See,
No.
wait.
I'm gonna tell you that because I've been in situations like that,
Oh, shit.
and you're in that man's. That's you in that guy's situation.
Exactly.
That's you in his situation. It is up to you
And that's
to let
borderline
him know,
disrespectful.
hey, his dad said he couldn't have that. We'll keep it, but we won't give it to him to right now until his grades get to a certain level. Then we'll give him the gift.
Everybody should
Because
I
the
like
thing
that.
about it, the thing is, and this goes along with dating, period, and with women that do have kids, you have to think about just because she has a kid does not make her a bad person, a bad
Nobody ever said. Nobody
bad.
ever said.
No, I'm just
You
saying
ain't gotta preface
the
that. We already know.
general public. Because there's a lot of dumb niggas out here that be like, oh, she got a shorty, woo woo, she out here hotboxing, da 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 da. Dead that. Because a woman's job when it comes to kids is way more harder than a guy can ever imagine. That's one. Two, the respect issue that she has for you. If your son's mom respects you, she's going to honor what you say, and she's going to portray that to that man. When he gets out of line, she can be like, "Hey, babe, let me talk to you for a second."
You talking about
The husband, the father, whatever the case. If she's married to another man, and if he does something that was disrespectful in the father-son relationship, father-daughter relationship, or whatever the case may be, it's her job to be like, "Hey, babe, that was going too far. You know what I'm saying? Let me deal with the situation." And just like how we put that article up with the dude coming to pick his son up at 3:15, and the mother was there and she acted like she wasn't trying to give up the kid at 3:15. Then her husband comes out, they get into an argument, and her husband shoots and kills him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Sad
Look,
situation.
bottom line, point blank, period. This is just about talking to you guys, talking to other people that I talk to, and this is not the first time I've had this conversation. I have this conversation a lot, a lot. And this the bottom line, point blank, period. The conclusion at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely no reason for any man to get with a woman that has a active father. And she should have been with that. She should have stayed with that guy. If y'all that involved with each other, then if he not married, y'all need to get with each other. But I'm not.
No, fuck
Well, no.
No, I mean I'm just saying whatever hypothetically.
Shit.
What I'm saying is that based on that is that two people are like. I'm just not doing it. If
What's
you,
the
were,
thing-
if I meet the woman and we go out on a date, she say, "Here," and he's a good guy, he's involved, and he talks to he talks to his daughter every day, and he's always around, and the ratio is too many women out here for me to be with this one woman that's consistently talking. And then she got 2 baby fathers. And both baby fathers are good men. And she talk, and it's too It's
so
too much.
in that situation, you being a single guy and you being a single guy, you guys don't have to tolerate that.
But at all, like
At all.
Absolutely.
I'm
not going to tolerate that.
Right.
Like,
And if in that situation with damn, I just lost my train of thought.
Man, but,
15 guy?
but anyway, here's the thing. It's fair. If you don't want to deal with that, I ain't mad at you. Like I get it. I
know what it was.
I understand it. I understand.
So we are on the page that because the impression that I get from having these conversations a little bit here is like something's wrong with the way I
stop. So first, let's say
something's wrong with you.
Well, let Shaun say something.
I was gonna say. So it seems to me,
Dr.
that
Shaun.
this guy in this situation, these type of situations, that the duty falls mostly heavily on the custodial parent, be the male or the female.
Yep.
Because like you said, if you communicate something to the mom, you say XYZ about the kid, and she doesn't tell the guy who's in the house, now there's going to be a problem. So you come to the house, you think it's one way, and it's another way.
Right.
Now it's a conflict, and if the chick is
based
not
on
handling her
someone
business,
outside the house.
but I'm just saying, if the lady, like I said, custodial parent is not handling their business, conveying the information between the two, that's where you have the problem.
Right, yeah,
and that's why you have to vet whether it be a woman or a man, because if the woman doesn't have a good relationship with those baby fathers, I mean, that could mean deadly consequences.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
you seen that? You seen it with the video, and you saw it with the video with the other guy. It wasn't a marriage, but the guy was with, and the baby father was coming over for whatever reason, and I think the baby father shot that guy. It was all over some, and he.
I mean,
You do have some guys that think ignorant to the fact of, oh, she my baby mama, she always, I can always hit that.
Yeah, you got niggas like that.
No, nigga,
Right.
it's time for you to move on. That chapter in your book is closed.
Yeah, and that's why I say, I say I do not blame anybody, any guy that don't want to deal with a chick they got kids. I get it.
And this another thing too, like that's on everything we just said. That shit on the surface level. I got some deeper shit. Why you shouldn't do it. I mean, in regards to that, first thing is legacy. Right?
What
I
if
got
you
to
can't-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if you can't have your own legacy, maybe something's wrong.
No,
with you.
we ain't gonna go with the hypothetical because we ain't even went with the actual topic. And my topic is
legacy.
It's
Excuse me.
It's
Continue.
not.
So what you saying, you can't have a legacy with a woman that already has kids?
No, what I'm saying is, why did my son or daughter have to split? I got to split that legacy with another man. I mean, pardon me, with another child. So now I got my child, and my child. If my child is born without her, single woman without a child, my child is born, all of my resources are 100% dedicated to my child. Right. We have one, and she already got a 4-5-year-old. She already has a 4-5.
Well, let's be realistic, because you're not dating a woman with multiple kids. So she has one kid. I've
dated women with multiple kids.
But I'm just saying, in this situation, if you're married her, she has a kid, then you and her have a kid. Because you're not going to date
now
her.
My legacy, now I got to split 50%. Now my legacy is splitting 50%. Now I got to cater to this kid as well as my own child. And my child would have got 100%. Maybe I would have sent my kid to so-and-so school, but now I can't send it to this particular private school because I got this other child that's in my house that I got to make sure they get into a good school as well. And this private school costs $10,000. But I don't have 20,000.
So now I got between the two. You don't want the Brady bunch.
I'm not splitting shit. That's not. Okay. That's my child has to suffer. Why does my child have
to
not suffer? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Suffer. Right. Also, that's pretty harsh.
My child have to accept less for somebody.
Well, I think
not having dick discipline and being.
Wow.
That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't go as far and say that other dudes should not. I wouldn't say that. What I would say is, if you don't want to deal with it, then don't.
Right.
Should not what?
If you don't want to deal with somebody that has
no, you should not. No.
But it's very.
And look, if you're out here single and you should not date women that have children because the ratio is like 17-1. So that one girl that has a kid, muff her in the face and move and replace her with another one because you can.
Well,
and you can go out here and you have the pick of the. If you're a single man out here and you have money, you have the pick of the litter. Do not date women that have kids, especially if they have involved fathers.
Shout out to all the real single mothers out there. We love you at Easily Offended Podcast. Let's just put that out there.
Hey, don't try to pander after I said that.
So,
Hey.
I mean, to be honest with you, okay, let's just be real. Realistically speaking.
Why is this in that's what the stepdads thing with Disney. Why with black men we are just forced to be stepdads? Go, she got a baby, it's all good. It's
I
okay.
wasn't.
Single women are
Whoa,
great.
brother! I wasn't even
mean,
finna go there. I was
I'm
just finna say
just saying
your
it-
statistics is way off because it's 17-1. If you're gonna date
I was
somebody,
using this Atlanta. It's not way off. You do
Right,
that a lot.
but
without-
if
the
you
17 in Atlanta right now it's 17-1. I was just using
I'm not
one
going to
place.
Atlanta because there's a lot of
I'm just using it as an example.
okay,
Go ahead.
okay. Point blank. Period.
goddamn.
One question: what age limit are you dating to be serious with? Let's get that out there
Say that
first. What age limit are you dating to be serious with? Let's get that out there
Why
first.
does that matter?
That's
Answer the
what
question.
matters, bro.
What age would you date a
Especially
woman
toward, you
to
know,
be
half
serious
the
with?
kids. Yeah, shit,
That
definitely
matters, sir.
So half my age plus 7.
Half your age plus. And what number is that, brother?
21, so between I'm looking between 28 and 30.
Okay,
Okay.
28 and 30.
Pardon me, 23 and 30.
All right.
23.
Well, now you can say that statistic of 17-1 exists because a lot of women under those ages,
Bro,
between 30,
the ratio was just for the ratio for men and women in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm just using the example if I was in Atlanta, Georgia. It's not
Okay.
for
I lived
okay,
in
if it's not Atlanta,
for 7
Georgia,
years.
can we not talk about Atlanta, Georgia? Can we talk about the whole United States? Okay, let's just put that out there.
Okay, cute.
Let's do
Look,
it.
My thing is if you're going for that age range, yes, you have a lot of more options of more women being with no kids.
I know I do.
So
I know I
that's
do.
that's
you
a
ain't telling
great.
me nothing. What's your point?
I was just saying like okay.
You ain't telling me
I
nothing.
just that's why I
know,
asked.
Trust me, bro. I know when I go shopping, I know what I can buy.
Well, see, I was just asking because for the viewers, they would be like, oh well, they could be thinking you talking about
yeah, because these dumb
somebody.
people think that I'm. No, I'm sorry, my followers ain't dumb, but y'all think I'm. I wouldn't dare date a woman over 35
Wow.
with a kid.
Well, he gonna be
There you
wrong,
go.
goddammit. He
And
gonna
there you-
35. If you
and there you
35
go.
plus with a kid, it's done. You're done. What's happening is we're
What
going to go
about
on
you,
a date.
Sean?
We're going to go on a date, and I'm trying to see how fast I can fuck. If it's taking too long,
this
you out of there.
guy.
Okay, would you date somebody with kids over the age
I
of
would-
35?
Over the age of 35, I would be hesitant, and but I
Smart
would.
man.
But it's to me, it's not what you're doing. It's always the why. I would want to know why you had kids at a certain age, or why you have
Yep.
a child and you're not with the father.
Why
Now,
you
your
why you 38 with a 2-year-old not
This
married?
guy, stop it. But if your why can justify the what, then I could deal with. You could say, well, I got a divorce or some reasonable
That's the-
reason. But if you
Widows
say,
widows and divorcees are only 2. I let slide.
well, God damn it.
So if the woman has a kid and the dude isn't shit and cheats on her or beats on her,
Say it again.
is that an option?
Say it again. What?
If you are you asking me that, I would say.
Yeah.
If that's a one time, then yes. But if that's been your pattern, then no, because then you're
Yep.
used to chaos and
Yep.
abuse, and
Yep.
you don't
Mhm.
expect that from me. So
Yep.
that'd be a no.
Right.
Smart
So,
answer. I
what
like
about
that.
as far as cheating wise?
Her cheating or him cheating?
Him cheating.
Him cheating.
Because this should be real. This niggas out here do be.
Yeah.
I know a lot of married men on Bumble and Tinder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed. I go to.
And because I done banged a lot of married women. I done
This-
ran.
oh,
I done
Jay,
ran through 'em.
the damn Caligula over here.
I done ran through some married women.
So that's what I'm
If they-
saying.
if
Like
they-
you know,
I mean, that's why I say I would talk to her just to find out the why. Because low key, I dated this one chick. She had 3 children. And I
Mhm.
dated her, but her baby daddy, she was actually married, and her baby daddy he had to go back to Africa because he fucked up some money or something. He ain't come back. So
That's not funny. But it's funny.
I can hardly say it with a straight face, but yeah, I fucked her up with her. But
Africa.
but I was trying, but I was in a point in my life I wasn't doing so well, and I thought this was my chance. Well, I don't have any children. She's got 3 children. This is already a ready-made family. So now their father's out.
Your dumb ass was thinking about jumping in that.
Well, goddamn it, can I speak, motherfucker?
Go ahead.
But listen, but I felt like the father's not here. Maybe I could go ahead and step in. I don't have any place, so it's like I could have all the joys of the family. And this is gonna sound real fucked up, what I'm about to say. I have all the joys of the family, but I don't have the responsibility because it's like now I'm in here and these kids are calling me. I remember her daughter asked me, "Can I call you daddy?" And I told her no. But they are looking at me, they getting attached to me. But if the relationship goes south, I can step back. So I kind of saw that, and that's real fucked up. I know, but that's what I saw, and because I do like children, and
you can do shit like that.
And she was making money, and I know she could take care of the
88
children.
black men to every 100 women in the United States.
Well, damn. But I knew she had money. I knew she could take care of the kids, so she didn't want me for my money because I didn't really have none at the time. So, but I just felt like, hey, this is cool, this is ideal. But now, if I ran into the same situation now, I wouldn't do it because now, like you guys were saying, I'm at a different mindset. It's like now, it's like I don't want to say like, oh, I'm the prize, but I mean, I have more resources.
Well, I mean,
Let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
My question is that you really didn't answer when he asked you about what if she had been cheated on, and I got an answer for that question. It seemed like you answered it, but you didn't answer it in a good way, and I want to help you out with that.
Well, goddamn.
So I think you said really is like if she talked to her about it, it's pretty much okay.
I know. I'm saying it depends on the reason. I don't know if she said that my husband cheated on me because he was just saying shit. I'd be like, oh, okay. But if you say my husband cheated on me because I pretty much shitted on him too, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Or if that's what she used to.
Right. So if you have a woman that's like that and she's been cheated on, she's had past issues, I'm going to ask her, have you had therapy? If she hasn't had therapy, you're done.
I don't think I would have thought that deep, but that would definitely help. That would definitely help. But I mean, this is gonna sound fucked up too. If I feel like
a lot of fucked up reasons right here.
But I'm just saying, if you got in a situation so bad where you needed therapy XYZ, then I might be a little scared off, bro.
Well, I mean, I
shouldn't
think
be scared off of the person that. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, we talked about that last episode, and with just our relationships with our parents. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we may have to go through therapy just to sort those things out to get, you know what I'm saying, a different mindset of, oh, okay, I never thought about things like that. You know what I'm saying? Therapy just really makes sure, opens up the world.
I love therapy.
You know what I'm saying? Opens up the world to like, you be like, oh, well, damn, that's the reason why I think that way because of this from back in the day. I think a lot of times even with the men and women nowadays, I mean, there's some deadbeat mothers out there. There's some deadbeat fathers out there. Unfortunately, the ratio of fathers not being that's being in the household is definitely a concerning issue with just the youth.
Follow up and follow behind that bullshit.
The youth behind it because to be honest with you, I'm not advocating for single men to step forward and start dating women with kids.
Dr. Boyce Watkins
or whatever the case may be. God. But I mean, like,
Dr. Boyce Watkins.
I would say this: don't take it out as a option. Don't. Yeah, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, be open minded to that because you may actually have somebody that is actually a good mother, has a decent relationship with their kid's father, and can still give you everything that you want in a relationship.
Man, be the wife get that from a woman that's no.
You could.
No, you could.
Wait. Okay, wait. First off. See,
if you're a single man with no kids, that is not your first option, man.
I didn't say it was the first option.
No, it shouldn't even be in this.
You can't speak for every man. You got to speak for yourself.
I would say, I agree with him on a lot, but I would say you have to factor in variables. You got to figure out with the time, what time you are in your life. Are you in the lower part?
Well, yeah, I mean,
if you 45 or something like that.
I'm gonna say this.
But if you 22, you ain't got no kids, man. No.
Well, I mean, to me, period. Anybody in their 20s, you shouldn't be settled down in the first place.
30 shouldn't be settling down.
I think your 20s. I think your 20s you should really explore life and do what you do, and then in your 30s you set yourself in your career, and then you start doing whatever you need to.
When you get 40, you get that career thing or whatever. Now you got your money, you got the pick of the litter, bro.
I mean, exactly, you do.
Fuck, man, man.
Exactly, you do.
Your purpose is first.
But my thing is this: if maybe I'm just a sucker for love. Maybe
you 27, you on your purpose. You meet a girl with a kid. Maybe. She nice and everything great, and the kid is perfect. You 27. No, you on your path, and you trying to be an attorney. You trying to be a doctor, whatever. Move on, bro.
Yeah. In their 20s,
girl, bro. She got that kid. That's her problem. Move on, bro.
In their 20s, yes, that's something that you should not do.
35, she got a kid. She 35, she got a kid. Move on, bro.
I once met a dude he was going to school to be a doctor. He was staying at the hotel for about a month. I asked him why he was staying at the hotel because he's like, I need time to study for the test. You know what I'm saying? And he had a girlfriend at the time. And the first couple of weeks, she used to come up there and they used to sit in the lobby and they would talk or whatever the case may be. And then she would leave and, he'll go upstairs. One day I came to work and they was arguing outside. And, he came in. I'm like, man, everything good? He like, man, I'll tell you about it later. He comes back downstairs about 2 or 3 hours later. And he like, man, I just had to end a relationship with her. I was like, why? He like, because when you're going to school to be a doctor,
you have no time.
There's no time for any of that. And he like, I may have a couple of hours out the week. We can go to a movie. We can go sit down and talk. But he like, all my friends are doctors. And they told me, your last 3 years of your residency and all that stuff before you take the big test, you're going to be single because nobody's going to stick around for that.
My ex-fiance, she was a doctor. I went through all that shit, and she was never around.
And then he was like, and if she stays with you through all that, then that's the one you need to be with because she don't care about the time. She believes and supports you and your future endeavors.
She waiting on that motherfucking check. Go ahead.
But
you are just scarred. He thinks every girl has a kid and every girl just after your money.
I don't think every girl.
But that comment just definitely precede that.
I would say to your point though, as you get older, and whether you're being a doctor, lawyer, or in tech or whatever, as you get older, like a man, I think men are like we get better as we get older. So usually when you hit your
happiness
40s,
curves inverse at 40.
This guy. Indeed. But when you hit 40s, 50s, you start to, to make the most money you had out, the most resource you had. So now you are starting to be a little bit more picky and you look at relationships a little bit different and you start to see it from your side because it's like you say, I've gotten myself here and I know what I've been doing to get here and I can't let anybody, especially in a relationship, get me off my square.
Exactly.
And sometimes, I mean, a woman might not understand that and it's not to be shitting on them. It's like if you get with a woman with a child, that's a little bit extra. As opposed to one without a child. But then also you got to factor in that maturity level because let's say if you get a woman in her 20s, they need a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? You got to coddle them. You got to call them. You got to say you're in a relationship on Facebook, all kind of goofy shit. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Whereas if you get with the older, more mature woman, ideally now, because age don't mean shit. If you get a woman in her 30s, 40s, they might understand a little bit.
I'm talking to a 23-year-old right now, and I wouldn't think she was damn near 35 with a college degree. 23-year-old, young little, 5 foot.
It's a lot of niggas out here 50 years old with a 20-year-old mindset.
Hey, indeed, that's what I'm saying. Indeed, this is what I'm saying. It's getting cold outside. Taxis about here. We got a lot of those what you call hobosexuals.
It's a lot of homeless dudes out there.
Going from couch to couch. But I'm just saying,
a lot of homeless dudes.
If you're privileged enough, especially as a black man, not to be in that situation,
take advantage of it.
Yeah, all of us black men have been that dude who people were saying you ain't shit, you ain't have a lot of money. What the fuck are you doing? But once you do hit your stride, you don't forget that shit and you think about it, especially.
Yeah, of course.
Preach, man. Where's my motherfucking hand claps at, man?
I was just saying, because I've been that dude, but now that I'm doing all right, it's like I look at that shit differently. I don't forget when people used to say, "Well, damn, Shaun, what are you doing? You a fuck up and all that." But now I'm making more money than your mom, so I'm looking at you sideways now. So it happens. You do that shit off, but you do get a little. You do get a little, I don't want to use the word bitter, but you do feel a certain way.
It's not bitter. Course. It's not bitter. I hate that word bitter. Everything you just said, I'm behind that shit 110%. And like you said, overall, it's not bitter. Like I said, you know your worth. You had to deal with a bunch of bullshit your whole life. You heard all this shit, and then you get to that certain point. Like I done went back and knocked off some motherfucking chicks that told me I wasn't shit.
I'm some shit now, huh?
Wow, yeah.
Now you got the baby. Now you're like, oh, Shaun, I remember you. Oh, I see you finally did. You said you wanted to be an attorney. You said you was going to be an attorney.
I always run across those women like when they come to the door at the nightclub or when they need passes to a certain concert. I get those phone calls like, hey, you still cool with such? You give me a couple tickets? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I mean, like I said, end of the day, it's all about respecting the issues that you go into a relationship with. If you decide to date somebody with kids, and it's the same way. And let's just be honest, because we're talking about one way, as we all know it, because we're all men. You know what I'm saying? So on the women's side, there's a lot of women that don't date guys with kids because of crazy baby mama shit too.
And again, I don't blame
so this is also a conversation that could go both ways.
I forgot about that.
In a lot of situations, there's a lot of women out here that are 38, 40 with no kids and be like, you got a 2-year-old? I don't know. one girl told me, she was like, if he had like a 10-year-old, I would date him. You know what I'm saying? But anywhere under the age of 5, it's kind of shaky. I really need to know what type of relationship you have with that mother, because I need to know, are you dipping back? Have you moved on? You know what I'm saying? And also, has she moved on? Because if she hasn't moved on, she can also cause us issues. You know what I'm saying? She like, I got a Benz truck. You ain't finna be flattening my tires or busting my windows.
Let me. You just brought up a good point. And I was watching an episode of Black Ink Crew, and the guy, what's his name, Ryan? You know, his baby mama, and he bought her a Mercedes truck. How can you be the boyfriend of the? You see what I'm saying? Of her. When the fucking that baby daddy is buying a fucking Mercedes Benzes and shit.
That is a good topic, because
you don't.
You say what?
Yeah.
Don't.
You doing what?
Don't be her motherfucking boyfriend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right when I see that, I'm done. I'm out of here.
So this is my thing with that. And that was brought up that was a conversation I did when I had with you guys. Have you ever been intimidated by the guy your girl ever dated?
Never.
Say an instance of, I think it was, God rest her soul, Kim Porter, before she passed away. She was dating a guy that wasn't in the industry. He was a regular lawyer.
A regular lawyer.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, not like that. You know what I'm saying? But
That's not too
he a lawyer. He make
like,
it.
I was thinking. It took me a second. I'm like, is there such thing as a regular lawyer? Like,
But like, you know what I'm saying?
But you didn't know his category. With what
Right. Like, he's a lawyer, but
He's a regular guy.
he had to be like, you're Diddy's
Right. I'm
baby
gonna
mama.
compare it to
Like,
that shit.
you're Diddy's. Diddy. He has a jet.
Mm.
He brought you this big ass crib here. He takes care of the kids. Shit.
He knows
It's a
Christopher
lot
Williams.
to step. You know what I'm saying? It's been, you know, in my times, I've dated women that has dated celebrities as well. And I just be like, oh, I just feel lucky. Because I ain't got nothing to compare to what this man has or what he can offer or what he can shell out.
I've never dated. I've never dated a baby mama that. I've never dated a baby mama that had the involved father.
Well, have you ever dated somebody? Say like if you just dated a girl and she was like, oh yeah, my ex-boyfriend was Derrick Rose. You like,
No, I have never dated a woman like that. I probably have not in regards to celebrity status. I probably dated women who were executive status was above, man. Like they might have been 10-year lawyers or something like that, but I don't give no fuck.
This kid.
would you be intimidated?
You could be. I'd be like, oh, I used to fuck with P Diddy. I'd be like, so you were here with me right now. I
This
really
kid.
don't get
It's
no fuck. He dumped your ass.
Yeah.
You here with me right now.
I would
I'm about
say
I'm about to rail this shit right now.
this guy. I would,
Why I give a fuck about you being with P Diddy 3 years ago when you got my dick in your mouth? Like I don't
this
understand.
kid right here with a home. I would say.
Say like, why you telling me about Diddy? Like, you see what I'm saying? You get my point. Like, why
Yeah,
you telling me about Diddy? Why should I be intimidated by a nigga you ain't fucking right now? I'm here right now. My dick is out.
I had a friend who used to come to Starbucks all the time. She's an actor. She's in a couple of shows now.
Tyler Perry. No.
And she was like, and I asked her like, is it hard for you to date being who you are now? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're on like a regular show that comes on television like every week.
Probably so.
Like, and she was like, yeah, but she was like, also some of the guys get intimidated by some of my ex boyfriends that have dated. She's like, I'm 40 years old with no kids, got money, I'm an actress, on the verge of like being an actress. You know what I'm saying?
Why niggas give a fuck about some old dick?
Bro.
But she was just like, you know, I mean, she said she dated a guy, and when they had conversations about like, you know, their past relationships and shit like that. Like, you know, the guys like, so what about the guys you dated in the past? And she was like, you know, oh, well, like,
What the fuck are they niggas asking?
This guy.
this.
What the fuck is you asking of a female about? Oh my God. Go ahead, man.
I mean, she said
These
guys
niggas, man.
asked. I mean, so do you ask a question about?
I don't give a fuck about nothing you going on in the past. You right here with me right now.
This guy.
I don't care who you was fucking with.
I was in a situation with.
So if you was in Turks and Caicos, you was like, oh man, you take your lady to Turks and Caicos, and you like staying at the hotel, and y'all walking down.
St. John's walk by.
take
No,
her
and she's walking down the street with you. Y'all just going to get coffee.
You don't take her to Clark and share it.
No, and y'all just walking in Turks and Caicos.
somebody,
Y'all walking in Turks and Caicos getting coffee. and you're walking with her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I stayed there one time with my ex-boyfriend. We rented out that whole house or whatever the case may be."
I probably ain't gonna want to stay in that house. That's about it. But I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, why the fuck you just tell me that? I don't get no fuck. Matter of fact, next time I'm nothing. I ain't about to say that part. I was about to say something.
I mean, it's in conversation. It's in conversation.
No, I remember one time. Now I did. I messed with. She dated one of the guys that was in the Temptations movie.
Oh, yeah, we know that guy.
Yeah, the Temptations movie. Yeah, and she told me that. I was like, okay, cool.
I think everybody in Chicago dated a girl that dated that guy. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know exactly. Okay. All right. So yeah, you told. I was like, okay. And then at that time, I had never seen the Temptations movie. And then when I saw it, I was like, this nigga ain't better than me. That's what I was just thinking. Like this the nigga she was fucking with here. I don't get no fuck. Like I'm just that type of nigga.
Your confidence levels are all time high,
as
it should be.
Yeah, I was in a situation because I was dating this chick. She was like a doctor, and she had 2 private practices. And I was living in Gary at the time. And when she first told me all this, I figured she was just talking shit. She handed me a card and stuff and whatnot. The first night I got with her, she pulled up in like it was like a convertible Mustang and whatnot. And then the second time I seen her, she pulled up in a Hummer and shit. Like, well, damn, is this bitch selling drugs or what the fuck? But it just
selling pussy.
Man,
he said she had 2 doctor practices. So what happens with that relationship? Y'all didn't work out?
We didn't work out because I think she kept throwing it in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like that she got.
You wasn't fucking her right. That's what that was about.
Shut the hell up. She had degrees, and I must have been fucking her because she kept me around.
She had degrees.
Yeah, she was throwing around, and it wasn't just me. She was talking about other people. Oh, I'm so above that. Can you believe they said that?
Oh, she was talking like that.
Yeah. I mean,
But you know, at the time of my life, my time was hard, so I was like, fuck it, this is a break for me because she had a crib in Beverly and she had an apartment downtown, just for us to, do whatever.
Don't you miss those when you let that? Like, damn, I remember.
I do miss that.
That's one thing we'll probably topic for another episode. That's one thing I miss about fuck that with my ex. But then like I said, I think about it nowadays, and I wouldn't have ended up cheating on her, and it would have been all bad. So,
wow, this is a great conversation, man.
Indeed.
Great conversation.
I got heated.
I mean, it's like I said, these type of conversations are always going to happen when you have 2 people that's in situations and 2 people that are not in situations. So we can talk we look at it differently.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That anybody else will look at it differently. Moving forward, you know what I'm saying? I just, if any viewers or subscribers or listeners, if you date somebody that got kids, date them. If not, don't date them. It's all your choice.
Just vet them first. Just figure out whether or not you're going to hit that ass tonight.
Right.
Or whether or not you're going to marry it. No, just playing. Go ahead.
But just know, if you step down that road, be prepared for what happens on that road. And keep an open mind. 15. Keep an open mind. Be mature about the situations. A lot of times we make a lot of decisions off emotions, and that's the wrong thing to do. That's why, back when I used to argue with my situations, I learned to walk away, and then I'll have that conversation with you later. Because I'm going to say something I don't mean, and then I'm going to be like, damn, I ain't really mean it like that. But it's already said. It's already put in the air. The energy's already there. Yeah. So sometimes you just walk away. I've been in situations where, I was really serious about a girl that had 3 kids, and 2 of them had autism.
What?
Yeah. And I had 2 boys. So thinking in that situation, coming in that situation, I was like, damn, if I would have stayed with you, I would have 5 kids to take care of. I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm glad that, the light was shined and I didn't have to go in that direction anymore.
Dick discipline. Fellas out here need dick discipline.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a whole
responsible with your seed.
That's a whole different conversation. Yes, I was fed a whole
married before you carry
a whole life. You know what I'm
saying? Telling you, when you get your career going and you hit your financial stride, fellas, I'm telling you, you're going to have the time of your life. You got the pick of the litter. Do not have babies out of wedlock, bro. I'm telling y'all. Yes. That's all I can say. Hey, you got your pick of the litter out here.
Hey, man, I feel some type of way about that.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but
well, you don't have no kids that you know of.
Yeah, true, but it's just like This motherfucker. But sometimes you just feel like, and I always say sometimes I feel like a recovering simp because sometimes you feel sorry for the kid. Because you get to know the kid, he knows you. You start to feel some way about him. You want the kid to go without. You know what I'm saying?
And
you can help him.
Hey, I dated a girl. She had a son, and me and him, we got pretty close. When we broke up, we was together for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And even after that, for maybe a year, I sent him a birthday card. You know what I'm saying? I gave it to his mom. Hey, make sure he get that because I know he liked. I think he had a thing for Dunkin' Donuts. It was a gift card for Dunkin'
Fuck that
Donuts.
little
And shit
nigga.
like
I was playing with you, bro.
And then I remember she lost her job in October, and his birthday was right around my birthday, and he wanted some little toy,
you
whatever.
Filled in because she lost her job?
No, I brought it for him because I knew how much he wanted. Right now he's an artist. He's 17 now. He's an artist. He's a very dope.
This is after y'all broke up and shit.
This was after we broke up, a year after we broke up, because he used to love to draw, and he used to always do these dope little sketches and shit like that. And he really wanted this little program to put on his computer that he can use to draw and shit like that. And it was $60. So it was you know what I'm saying? I understand the situation. That's the thing. My thing is this, bro. You have to understand something about me is there's only 2 ex-girlfriends in my life that I don't talk to. Every one of my exes still calls me. I give them relationship advice. I even went to a couple of their weddings. I don't have bad breakups. Literally, most of those relationships are totally cool friends with me now. That's just my personality. That's where I come in at, and that's how I've always been. So if we break up, we break up. I don't hate your guts. I don't talk shit about you. You don't talk shit about me. We didn't have a bad breakup, so I'm still gonna speak to you and show you respect in the street. You feel what I'm saying? Indeed. So I felt bad. She lost her gig and he really wanted it. And I was I know what Shorty do. And
what she do to lose her gig?
They actually downsized and they laid her off. So she lost it. So she was in the process of searching for another job. She ended up getting another job, moved to North Carolina. He stayed here with the father so he could finish going to the art institution downtown. Nice. So he could become an artist. And he actually is a very, very dope artist. He has work in a couple of galleries. So I was that was dope. But I felt, you know what I'm saying? But but it is what it is. You feel something. You take your choices, man.
Especially with boys, because you I was a boy once. And
I'm sorry, bro. I've ran male mentoring programs before. I've talked to teenagers before. So it's kind of rough out here for young black men that don't got a father figure out here. So sometimes it's I feel the need if I'm in a position to help you out and you're a good kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to help you out because you're a good kid, and I would hate to see you go down the wrong path, and I know you ain't built for that path. You know what I'm saying? It's a responsibility that you kind of take on in this world. You know what I'm saying? So if you take on to it, you take on to it. If not, hey, it ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Deep conversation, guys. Deep conversation. Yeah.
33 forms of birth control out here.
This guy.
Plan B. Hey, real quick, before we get out of here, it's a show that I want you guys to check out. It's on Hulu. It's called Dope Sick. I need you guys to check that out.
What, Vivid's on Vivid?
I don't know what Vivid is.
Porno?
There's a porn site, though.
Oh, wow.
Evil Angel is on Evil Angel?
Not Dick Sick, fam. Dope Sick.
Still sound like a porno.
But no, it's a real good documentary. It's not a documentary, but it's a show. It's a really good show. I just thought about it because you talked about birth control and the Plan B pill. No, it's not nudity. Goddamn pervert. Shit, man. Is it a time you don't think about titties?
Let me see. When I drink ginger beer, yes.
Wow. Hey, man. Y'all introduce yourselves, man, so we can get up out of here, man.
Everybody know me, Shaun Savageness. Do that thing. Instead, me, you know what I'm talking about.
Did you just snort? Did you just?
Wow. Weezy K's, WAZEZYCAGE.
Yes,
Boy,
sir.
Shine the Wave guy, you friendly neighborhood hater. If you would name somebody, I probably don't like his ass. Go ahead.
All right, man. Once again, rest in peace, Virgil. Rest in peace, Dolph. Make sure y'all check out Easily Offended Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Pod Addicted, Podcaster, Google Music.
You said Pals of Dicks. I was like,
We don't want to be on that side. That's a good name for a podcast, though. Pals of Dicks.
No, it's not.
Wrong audience, probably.
Wrong audience. Wrong
Take
audience.
that shit up to Broadway.
Hey, man, I'm your boy L Boogie, class of 1979 on Instagram, Easily Offended Podcast on Instagram. Make sure y'all check us out, man. We out of here, man. See y'all later, man.
This Chicago.